This is Cuckoo. I'm here with BASTL Instruments, and they've got quite a spectacular booth this year. They've been busy, I can tell you, they've been really busy this year. And just look at this. And this is...
I'm Václav, hi.
You live in Czech Republic, right?
Yes. Brno, Czech Republic. Yeah.
Is it? I've been to Czech Republic twice, I think, but I've only been to Prague. And Brno is not like Prague, right?
It's definitely not like Prague. Like, it's the second biggest city, but it's completely different. It has its own nature, different mentality. It's a completely different city. It's closer to Vienna. It has a little bit of Vienna, but yeah, it's a really nice city.
Yeah.
Really nice to live in, relaxed, and yeah, I love it.
So everything we see here is made and produced by these guys in Brno.
Yes, exactly. Like all of it is like handmade. Like all the electronics we do is like hand assembled in there. So we have sort of community of people that like do the soldering for us. It's a lot of students, but also older guys who just, you know, do it from time to time. They do it at home mostly, like when they have time. It's sort of cool. Yeah.
But you reached the time now where you do this for a living, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. We do it already for, I think, 2 years, like for the living. We still really don't make money on it, but we can survive. Like yeah, you asked about the city. The city is great. It's cheap, you know. You can do a lot without having to invest much money, which gives a lot of freedom to us.
That's really great. So I'm really interested in it. Just, first of all, I think the new things here look absolutely beautiful with a wooden finish on everything, and they look really beautiful. Well, what are you thinking when you came up with this new design?
Well, we really thought a lot, like how to make the design for the modulars. Like we sort of, at least like myself, I'm a little bit not so pleased to touch aluminium. I'm not sure if you know what I mean, but it's sort of cold and like, yeah, and we really love wood. Yeah. That's pretty sure. Like I love plastic, I love wood, but like the metals, well, yeah, it really depends how it's made. But we actually have a CNC machine in the house, and we also cut it all this booth like on the CNC. So we sort of made this modular furniture as well, with a friend. And yeah, when we started to prototype the panels, we used the CNC, and then we loved so much how it looked like combined that we really spent another few months to really get the printing right, because it's not easy to get the printing right. And finally, a friend of us is hand making really with his father. He's making those beautiful knobs, which is really also
look
like
at this.
There is the wood, and yeah, it's really beautiful to touch it. It's really like you really want to touch it. Yes.
Yeah, these are beautiful knobs. These are not the standard knobs that come on every MIDI stuff out there. These are beautiful. It looks like a bit like a bottle cork.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is of course limitation to the design when it's handmade. It sort of comes from the limitations, how it's possible to manufacture enough of them. And yeah, like this guy is doing a really good job. They are all precise and really beautifully fit. Yeah, I really love them.
So this thing, it's a modular BASTL instrument, right? Usually things modular, I think like analog modular, but this is not analog, is it?
Like some of it is analog. Like we have analog filter, we have analog VCAs, we have analog mixer. What else is analog? We have some analog noises, but also like in one module combined with digital noises.
Yeah.
Analog decay envelopes with VCAs. Like basically like what is better to do in analog, like the VCAs and VCF, we really do analog. All the other stuff that is more exciting to do in digital, like LFOs, sequencing, and a lot of like tricks you can like do in digital, we do it in digital, right?
Yeah.
We try to make the right choice for what is analog and what is digital, and like after all, it doesn't really matter. Like what matters is that you can really use it for a lot of stuff. Yeah.
So, if you could go through like the main features and main like how would you create a pattern or music on this?
So like if we have a look at this sequencer here, it's called Nitra and it's a 6-voice trigger gate sequencer. So if I press the play, you can already hear a pattern going. I maybe can sort of clear the pattern. As you see, it's a little bit like on the new teenage engineering, this sort of like grid organization of the steps. So I can just like sequence the kick drum like very easily.
Yeah.
And also it's nice that if I hold the step, I can use these buttons to add more detail. So I have like sub steps in this step, like edit it, like, and it's really fast to edit more detail to it. And maybe I can turn off the lights. Yeah. So yeah, so that's the basic sequencing, but all of the voices can be any number of steps. So if I just make the kick to 3 steps, I have like the 3. I can make like any number to do polymetric, polyrhythmic stuff. It's really good, and like it doesn't end with 16 steps. I have the bar buttons to go up to 64 steps. So I can make really long patterns. And that's, you can set it independently for each of the drum voices. So really you can make really crazy and detailed all the time changing stuff. It's really powerful. And so basically the basic operation is that you select the voice. There is 6 voices. Here are the outputs, and then you do the editing now in the hi-hat. And then there is some like extra stuff, like there is the jump button, which I really like. It repeats the step I'm hold on.
Okay. So all the wires that we see here, how are they routed and what do they do?
So basically, like from this sequencer, I have trigger outputs and they trigger some drum voice. So either it's an envelope or it's a real like drum voice. Like for instance, the kick drum is a dedicated module, and then it has a lot of. You can like tune it. You can also use control voltage to tune it, and there is like a lot of controls you can do to the kick at a click to it, like now. And then what I have is decay envelopes. So what's basically happening here, I have a noise generator here, which goes to this decay envelope, which is combined with VCA. And this green cable is the trigger, it just triggers it, Without the trigger it doesn't play. And then it makes the decay envelope, on the noise already I have a hi-hat. So that's basically how you basically synthesize the drums. The same goes also for the snare. So
and the signals being sent through this, the modular signals, are they just pulses?
Yes, exactly. It's very simple. It's pulses.
So I could send a pulse from any keyboard, I could sample a pulse and send it from a keyboard.
Absolutely. So basically that's the basic drum stuff. Like for like generating the other than the kick stuff, we have the noise square. That's how it's called, and it has analog white noise. It has analog pink noise. There's also like a metallic noise. I can just re-plug this. This one. sort of like the 808 six oscillator sound bank, but you can also tune it.
So what this sound? It sounds like some, I don't know, ring modulation, something, I don't know.
Well, it's basically 6 oscillators tuned in the right frequency ratio. It's the same frequency ratio as was used on the 808 to synthesize cymbals.
Okay.
So it's this sort of like metallic noise concept. And
so all these. So how many modules are there?
How many modules are in this box?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to count. I think it's like 14 or so. But what we hear is just like these few at the moment. We hear only these. And there is. I have also like a cowbell output here.
Yeah, let's hear it. That's beautiful.
There is some crazy modulation going on. Yeah, but I put back the white noise here to the
hi-hat. And that kick drum, the low tom, how do you, which one is that now?
Yeah, that's this one.
What can you do with it?
So you can tune it. You can tune it actually pretty high.
Really nice.
And there is a resonance control, and it's really like analog circuit, which is sort of like on the edge of self-oscillating. It's a little bit like membrane of a acoustic drum. So with the resonance you can really change the physicality of how it sounds, as you can hear. And there is also this
sounds nice.
The click control to add the click sort of in the beginning, and you can also like control the pitch with a control voltage as well. And there is some like other stuff you can do. There is a square output, which is really harsh. It will be maybe too loud.
Can I shorten it?
Huh?
Can you make it short?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, great. Can I modulate the pitch from an outside source?
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely can do this. Let's try. It's a little bit crazy sauce. Cool. And I can go back to the normal output. So that's
very warm and full body sounding drum there.
It really oscillates very naturally. It's really like a membrane, and then like a speaker is a membrane after all, and it's actuated by electromagnetic field. Maybe if it just vibrates naturally, it sounds great. Yeah, that's really like kick drum really makes sense to do in analog. Absolutely.
So the top region of this whole top section, what is it?
Yeah. Well, what I have here to show is a filter. So I can. Okay.
It's amazing.
Like this filter has a lot of character. There are switches to like affect the response of the filter, especially with the higher resonance. So this is sort of like the clear version of the filter, but I can also put a bit of harsher character to it. And I can also like overdrive the input of the filter, and then it already starts sort of to collapse. Yeah, like so like with those switches, if they are off, they work. The filter is really predictable, clean sounding, sort of sine wavy resonance filter. Also, it can be if I turn down the input, I can use it as a. If I put the resonance full way up, it's like a sine wave oscillator, which I can then control with control voltage. spice that makes the sound really like unique. And you can also do a lot of crazy stuff because when it self-oscillates, it's really pure sine wave, and it's a state variable filter and it's band pass, high pass, and low pass. And for instance, on the low pass and on the band pass, you have sine wave, which is 90 degrees phase shifted. And if, for instance, if you have two of those filters, you can do really some FM magic like with it. So yeah, it can work as a voltage control oscillator as well. So what I have here is just a simple mixer. I can turn down the filter if I want. That's just for simple mixing. This guy here is a voltage controlled amplifier. It has 4 channels and there is some internal routing going on. So it's sort of like very easy to do like panning effects with control voltages, or you can also like do crossfading, or you use it as a CV controlled mixer. So if you have some modulations, like the whole mix could be like dynamic. This module here, it's a CV Trinity. So for the ones who are familiar with our Trinity series in the desktop, we really like the interface which we kept, but we redesigned it completely to be, I hope, the best modulation source for Modular, for the Eurorack. And
it's basically a multi-channel CV
generator, exactly. It has 6 channels independent, and each of them can be LFO, ADSR, or automation. So you can tweak the knob and use it as a sort of like a CV sequencer. So that's the CV Trinity. It's sort of like really deep, and I mean, even if you listen to the modulation now for the filter, which one is it? This one. So if I have this ramp controlling the filter now, so that LFO comes from here, and we have like really powerful wave shaping control in here. It's actually XOR modulation that we use in our XOR synth, and I just let you to listen to this because it already makes better results.
Is this what's it called? What's this machine called? I forgot to ask you.
This machine, like as it is, we call it Rumburak. Rumburak. Rumburak, I think that's how we would call it. But Rumburak was a fairy tale wizard in really like famous fairy tale in Czech, and and we love it. Sort of, it has the rack, like which refers to the Eurorack. I think people would ask. I think people would be interested really to know. It's like all like Eurorack compatible with the format, and also like you see here is some blank space to put some modules, and you can put like any Eurorack module here that sort of you think it's good to have in here.
That's amazing. How is it? It's available now, right? You build it now, Yes. And how much is it?
We are accepting the pre-orders now, and the full price is 1,799 euros without the tax. So that's for the full box that comes like this. If you have a look, like it's this is like also a transport lid here, which we designed in a way to be also like a thing.
Right.
So the transport is just not a thing that you put into the corner and you trip over it. You can really use it to make a nice position for the module to play. So it's a carry case, it's a box. We don't have the closing mechanisms now here for the Messe. We will like put it afterward because we just thought it's nicer to have it without here. But yeah, and yeah, so that's the.
This is water dripping, making noise.
Yeah. So, but of course we sell individual modules, and yeah, the pricing is available. They are all available now. Like this one, we take pre-orders. Like if somebody wants to get it, we need to take a deposit because yeah, it's sort of expensive to build it. Yeah. So we take 1/3 of the price, and when it's ready to ship, we ask for the other 2/3 plus the shipping from the customers.
What's in it? What's driving this thing? I mean, yeah. How did you make the circuitry, and what's digital and what's not digital?
Yeah, like we really made careful choices, like what to make digital and what to make analog. And basically, some stuff is better to do analog, some stuff is better in digital. So, as you heard, like the LFO with the crazy modulation, you can't do this in analog really. And you can't do so complex sequences in analog either. So, but the kick drum or the filter or the VCAs, they're just more like natural if they are built in analog. Yeah. So yeah, that's how we make the choice. Yeah.
And what's the platform you're using for the digital? The brain.
Yeah, the brain. It's a Atmel chip. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, most of it is actually hackable. We still use the Atmel chips with the Arduino-based bootloader, and all the softwares we do are open source. Yeah. So if anybody like wants to hack into this CV Trinity, which is just 6 CV in, 6 CV out, and write the custom software for it, it's possible. Oh, I just hit the power switch.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for showing me this. I think it sounds really special. I think most modulars that I've seen around this Messe, it sounds the same, to be honest. It's analog modulars, and no offense, but I think this has some really remarkable some identity to it. I think that's been, for me, the case with modulars. I don't think they have their own identity. Well, maybe I'm tripping over someone's toes now, but I think this has truly got some remarkably nice identity. I mean, you're probably taking extra care to put some of your personality into these machines, right?
Oh yes, absolutely. We really make machines that we want to play, and that's basically the whole motivation. And we really want to make beautiful machines that sound great. That's that's our main mission. And yeah, nothing can stop us from like having fun with it. Like we don't make any modules that are necessary for the market. We just build what we need. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a break now, but maybe we'll have a look at the other one over there soon.